Oh, welcome everyone to episode 2 of Car Talk. And so today I want to talk about something that you guys might have been experiencing. And it's Mercury Retrograde. And it started on the 26th and it's going to end August 19th. So we're full force in effect in Mercury Retrograde. Some of you guys may be wondering what exactly that is. Well, specifically the planet Mercury is moving in an opposite direction than it normally does, and so that affects everything here on the earth. Communication, relationships, technology, electronics, anything that is anything that it can mess with, I think it kind of does. So the best way to describe it is, since Mercury is a planet that is made up of iron, and it's very magnetic, so when it changes its rotation, it kind of creates, I call it like, it sends a little chaos virus into the fabric of the energetic sequence of our Earth. And so being aware of it first is great, and even being aware of it doesn't necessarily mean you're immune to it. So for those of you who are going, what the heck, okay, now this makes sense, like that's great, but how do you deal with Mercury retrograde? And I'll tell you the lessons. The lesson is to slow down, to be present, to allow for things to organically occur and not necessarily be so focused and driven on getting things done. So it really teaches us to slow down and be in a less action state of being. So what do we do when we get turbulence, let's say, or we're in this place of friction and we know we're being messed with? We go to scan something and normally it should work and it's not, or our computer printer stops printing, or we drop our cell phone in the toilet, or crack our screen. I'll tell you what I've learned to do, and it's to just breathe. To breathe through it and to be present, acknowledge it, let go of any expectations, because the universe is going to basically assist in the outcome anyways, so there's no sense in fretting or worrying. And I do think it's a great teacher. It teaches us how to be the calm in the storm. And so when we are going through these chaotic places that are ignited by Mercury retrograde, it gives us an opportunity to just be different in the world. And so I encourage you guys to understand what is going on a the spiritual plane, and it is science, it's energetic, it's, it is real. It's the reason why the full moon affects people. I mean, police officers, the hospitals, they all know this. And so while we're in it, we have an opportunity to just chill and not get stressed out. And I think that's a great tool. So if you look at this as an opportunity to build that Zen muscle, let's call it, you can just be more effective in all aspects of your life. So I will tell you, it is very stressful and nobody is immune to that. And our society is one that we take on a lot. We think that somehow we're in control, and we're actually not in control of as much as we think. And so this time actually gives us an opportunity to see that. So I will give you an example. It's kind of like point A to point B. Point A is takeoff, point B is landing, and you take off. Your place of landing is, whatever. Maybe it's, a destination. Maybe it's something that you want to happen. Maybe it's, a relationship outcome that you're looking for, or something that needs to be finished or finalized for work. Whatever it is, you have that takeoff and that land, so the beginning and the end to it. So in that in-between space, consider Mercury retrograde as turbulence. So we know we're going to land, we know we're going to make it through it. It doesn't make much sense to freak out. And, maybe if we do have a huge bit of turbulence that is going to shake things up and create a different outcome, maybe we have to just allow for it to do what it needs to do and trust the process and know that there is purpose in that experience. Allow for it to shake loose. And just be peace in it. So I'm going to leave you guys today with just a little bit of, hey, it's okay, it's real. 2, I'm experiencing it, and part of me is posting this video to remind myself to just chill out, because it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to engage in chaos. It's easy to get pulled in, sucked in, and I think awareness is key. If we don't know what is going on in the etheric realm, then it makes it much more difficult to navigate. So awareness, understanding, and then I encourage you guys to give me some examples. I want to hear this. Examples of Mercury retrograde and how it has effed up your world these last few weeks. And then I would love to hear how each of you have learned to navigate it, or strengthen that Zen muscle, or maybe some ways in which you could have done it differently now that you're kind of through that turbulence. I think it's all helpful, and I post these videos to help others navigate and understand and grow. But the thing that I've learned is it's not just my testimony or my coaching or my understanding, it's everyone's. It's a collective. We learn so much from others, and so I can't do this alone. And I just ask for anybody who has any bit of information that they would want to share to please do so and come forward and not be afraid to share your experiences, because what I've learned is that we learn collectively, and each person's experience helps other people grow. So I just ask you guys today to put yourself out there and be vulnerable and share, because that's how we all can get a little bit of understanding from others, and maybe it doesn't have to be so hard. So until next time, I just want to send you guys off with much love and best of wishes and luck in this Mercury retrograde period. Thanks so much.